Where's Biden? What happened to Biden? Where is he? He's on a beach. The whole thing is crazy. How we ever got that is crazy. And what happened to our country with inflation and with disrespect from all over the world, and all these wars are starting all over the place.
All right, let's talk about something a lot of the media isn't talking about. The current president of the United States, Joe Biden. I mean, he's still the president, right? Ever since he's dropped out of the race, Kamala has been seen and heard more from than the actual person running the country. He's taken more vacations than a college student on summer break, and when he is in D.C., his public appearances are few and far between. Let's listen to the press question, the White House on the photo ops, and lack of transparency from this administration.
There's going to be plenty of opportunities. It's not like we're not allowing all of you to see many other things that are going to develop throughout the day. I mean, I just went through them. A quad family photo. He's going to take them to his high school. Other opportunities. There is this
They're
one.
Photo ops. That's what you've created. They're not a press conference, which we would prefer.
And what I was
Go ahead.
going to suggest is what baffles people in this room, especially for those who are watching this and wondering why on earth do we harp on these kinds of things. What baffles us is this is a president who from day one committed to be the most transparent president possible, who has given speeches at various events saying that he stands for and respects the freedom of the press. And here is a great opportunity to stand with the leader of the world's largest democracy, India, and two other key democracies who are from a region of the world that is struggling to maintain democracy. Why not face questions from reporters and a free press?
How can you lead a country when you're more like a figurehead than an actual leader? When will Biden answer questions from the press? Everything the Democrats do is in controlled, carefully crafted settings. All you hear from the left is Donald Trump doesn't respect the media, but all he does is goes out his way to talk to press, even if it's hostile interviews like that NABJ convention. Biden has even invited his wife, Jill Biden, into cabinet meetings. Check this out.
Meanwhile, who's running America as we speak? Joe Biden held his first cabinet meeting in a year, Mark. That's stunning. And there was a prominent role. There was a prominent role for the First Lady. Watch.
Today at the top of our meeting, Jill's going to give an update on the House initiative, White House initiative to fundamentally change the approach and fund how we approach and fund women's health services. So I'd like to turn it over to Jill and for any comments she has, and it's all yours, kid.
Thank you. You know, sometimes the White House surprises you. When Joe became president, I knew I wanted to keep shining a light on the issues that I'd worked on for so many years.
Pretty unusual, Mark, especially when people are wondering how on the job is Biden.
Yeah, I mean, they're not even pretending it anymore. We're in full Edith Wilson territory right now. Look, the First Lady doesn't have a job. She's not an official. She's not an elected official. She's not a member of the White House senior staff. Though I remember when Hillary Clinton was First Lady, she actually had a West Wing office. In fact, I know that because it was later my office. I was the only person in the West Wing who had a full-length mirror in his office because of Hillary Clinton. But even then, she didn't take a seat at the cabinet table until she became Secretary of State under Obama. So this is quite unprecedented. And a lot of people on the left are saying, well, Ivanka Trump addressed a cabinet meeting once. Well, it's different. Ivanka Trump was a member of the White House senior staff. And in a cabinet meeting, the senior staff doesn't sit at the table. They sit at the chairs around the table, around the back. And sometimes they're called on to speak. And so, and they stand, and she addressed it. She didn't sit at the table. She addressed them standing up and gave a report on her area of responsibility. She didn't take a seat at the table like Jill Biden. I mean, it's just absurd.
I mean, what is happening to our country? One president can't be heard from months at a time, and his VP is actively trying to take his job to do, I don't know, more of the same. This is what's happening in America right now that we cannot ignore.
Thank you, Chairwoman Fox.
The gentlewoman is recognized.
The Biden-Harris administration is once again putting its radical political agenda ahead of the well-being of the American people. The administration's new rule would put the retirement fund of millions of Americans at risk by forcing fiduciaries to consider ESG over financial factors. This is deeply irresponsible. ESG funds are well known for poor performance, and high risk. Yet, this administration is encouraging fiduciaries to gamble with retirees' hard-earned savings. This rule shows that the Biden-Harris administration doesn't care about the financial security of millions of retirees. Retirement savings should focus on maximizing returns, not advancing the far left's political agenda. Americans invest to provide for themselves and their families, not to fund activists, projects, or woke policies. Fortunately, Republicans are taking action to stop this dangerous trend with the Protecting Americans' Investments from Woke Policies Act. This bill ensures that retirement plans are focused solely on economic factors, protecting workers' savings from politically driven, underperforming ESG investments. I urge my colleagues to support this bill, and I yield back.
We need a president who's visible, engaged, and actually leading. Someone who's out there answering tough questions and taking bold actions. America deserves better than a part-time president who seems more like a ghost in the Oval Office than a real commander-in-chief. And when thinking about who to choose in November, I think the choice is pretty clear.
Roger in Kansas on the line for Democrats. Good morning, Roger.
Yes, I have my main issue. I'm going to close my eyes, and then I'm going to vote for closed borders. I'm going to vote for less taxes. I'm going to vote for more reasonable energy costs. And if you vote, close your eyes and vote that way, it's a pretty simple choice because both candidates have a history. So you just vote on that, and I don't have to tell you who I'm voting for.